welcome back, guys, to another episode of the fifth set. I have a Queens vlog part 2 for you guys, so let's get into it. Starting with Giovanni and Pachi Parakard. Now, I know I shared some footage of him last time, but this time I was just a lot closer and got more high quality footage, in my opinion. So I just want to share some thoughts with you guys. Obviously, he's known for his serve, and I'll show you that in a second. But he has big ground strokes, no doubt. The one thing I will say is that compared to some of the other players I saw, I felt like Giovanni was a little less consistent. He seemed to miss a tad bit more, but then when it comes to the serve, guys, in person as well, it's just a joke. Like, it is the biggest cheat code in the men's tour right now. He played some points with Rune, and I think he aced Rune maybe every 3 serves. Every other serve, Rune couldn't get back, or if he did, it was a serve and one because the return would, be on the stretch and it would drop short. And I can't even imagine how deadly Giovanni's going to be when his game improves overall. Then I got to watch Jack Draper again, same court, super close. What a lovely experience. I know I shared a lot of footage last time, but it's still good quality footage and everyone loves Jack right now, so no harm in sharing it again. But here he is practicing his serve, really smooth motion, wonderful ground strokes as well. And I don't think I gave Jack enough credit. Watching him on TV, I didn't really think that much of it, but seeing him in person compared to some of the other players, he's up there. And on the grass season, he's going to be a problem. But let me show you around a bit more. So walking down here, you'll see the other practice courts and some food stalls on the side, but let me just give you a quick view because I know you guys will probably want to see the lay of the land. So there are some other practice courts on that side. And this is what it's like right in the middle of these sections. So you walk through these hedges and you come down the middle here, and then you see the other practice courts and you can see the people lining up to kind of get a glimpse. And who was playing here? Let me remind myself. I think we're gonna see Dan Evans, if I'm not mistaken. There you go. So we had Dan Evans here. And look, kudos to him. He broke the top 200. He won his first round match here at Queens. He got a wild card for Wimbledon. So at 34, 35, I think 35. I mean, that's pretty impressive, right? Like, good on him. Hopefully he makes a run in his hometown in the UK. I'm sure he'll have a lot of support. Don't know how long Dan will be around, so nice that he gets some more opportunities. Then there is this big fan zone, which I gave you guys a glimpse of last time, but let me give you a proper look at the merch store. There's some other smaller merch stores around, but this is kind of the bigger one with a lot more stuff going on. So as you can see, it's a Dunlop area for the rackets and bags and things like that. And of course, being a UK-based tournament, Jack is there again. I should have entered that challenge actually, scan to win. Okay, well anyways, too late. But then time for more tennis. Then I watched Brandon Nakashima. I've seen him play before actually. I was courtside when he played Nick Kyrgios, I think in the 4th round or quarterfinals, the year Nick made the finals, and Brandon lost in 5, but I think he was like 20 years old at that time. So it was a really impressive run. And he can still be a problem for sure. Still young, still developing his game, and he had his best result at Wimbledon a handful of years ago. This is just the area as you enter. Just thought I'd give you a glimpse into this, and kudos to, of course, Andy Murray Arena. And then the star of the show is out. I couldn't believe this. So I was really far from him, and I only saw the back of his head, and I told my friend, I think that's Carlos. Like, it's a guy who has a similar haircut. He's wearing a hoodie. He always wears hoodies. And we ran over and got a glimpse. And then after that, time for a little bit more tennis. So Cam Norrie was warming up. Beside him was Francis Tiafoe, who I saw the other day as well, but this was a much better close-up of Francis's game. And yeah, honestly, unorthodox technique, we know that. You can see his forehand and serve, not exactly common in the way he kind of swings the ball here on these shots, but man, he can be a real problem too. He did unfortunately lose to Dan Evans in the first round, but I think Francis, when he finds his form again, will probably climb up the rankings. Jack Draper then came by for a little bit of media. Obviously, the crowd here were super excited and he was getting a lot of attention, but it was time for lunch. And everything is really expensive, but I think I found one thing on the menu that was decent value for money. And it was this sort of chicken pitta gyros thing. I might have mispronounced that. It still cost me 12.5 quid for that, which is a bit insane, but comparatively not bad. And then I got super close to Holger Rune, which was cool. The one thing I want to say about Holger is I've taken a photo with him a couple times now, and I have noticed that he makes time for the fans. He enjoys the interaction, and if he does agree to take a photo, he will give you like the biggest smile. He'll take the time to take a nice photo, whereas sometimes other people, they kind of just, they're in a rush, they don't really care, they may not even smile, they won't engage with you. But I have to give Holger credit because he's really nice and he makes the time and he goes over to the fans, so it's lovely to see that. Here he was actually training with Alex de Minaur, who I think I have some clips of as well, so I will share that. A nice little trickster move there by Holger. But it was good. It was good to see him up close. I know he hasn't necessarily been at his best, but hoping he can maybe make a deep run, climb back up the rankings. And again, there you just see how close I get to these players. What a privilege, guys, honestly. A great experience, a great privilege, and hoping to see more of Holger in this summer run. And like I said, he was training with Alex de Minaur, so got to see Alex play again. I saw him playing with Popperin as well, up close on the same court, and got to see him again. So still really special and a really cool experience. Now, I will say I have another update coming, and that's going to be exclusively on this man here, Carlos Alcaraz. I know you guys want to see it. It's coming next week, so stay tuned. And as always, show some love, like, comment, subscribe. It helps me out a lot. I don't make money from the channel, so this is all done on my own time and my own expense. But I appreciate the support, and I'll see you very soon.